Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Derrick Harmon, Caleb Johnson, all these boys from the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers preseason game number 2. This is beautiful. Now, we're going to show you a different clip right after this. This is Derrick Harmon, first round draft pick that, to be honest with you, I think is still always kind of was swept under the radar. I think people who know, either you watch some college football, not picking on anybody here, I'm talking more about NFL media world. There's a lot of Steelers haters out there, by the way. A lot of people really hate the Pittsburgh Steelers and any move they make. But Derrick Harmon was a very, very good college football player, especially last year at the University of Oregon. And you're going to see him right here, right away on Kyle Trask, the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He just bull rushes them. I mean, I get it. Maybe you're not going against the best competition in this particular moment, but this kid clearly has all the tools, and we're going to talk everything Pittsburgh Steelers from this football game. All right, guys, I apologize if I move a little... Okay, not great at drawing. I apologize if I move a little too quick in this video. I think there's so much good stuff. The two players we just mentioned, Derrick Harmon, Caleb Johnson, Roman Wilson, Cole Holcomb. There's a lot to be excited about, and in this specific clip that we just showed you, here's just the all-22 angle. I mean, this is just bulldozing. This is just pure brute strength. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, I say it in every Steelers video because it's common sense, at least as far as I'm concerned, for a Green Bay Packers fan. The Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the best defenses in the National Football League. I say a comment like that, and people are like, well, hey, I don't, the TJ Watt extension's not good. Folks, they just keep getting better and better. All right, folks, the moment we've honestly all been waiting for a very long time. Aaron Rodgers is absolutely going to love Roman Wilson. I was very happy to see this happen in live action. I live here in Tampa. Like I said, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, but I live here in Tampa, and this game is on cable TV, so I watched all of it. Also, watched a lot of Bucks. It's kind of the culture that I live in here. This is money. And as you can kind of tell, so this is, a little underthrown. And I'm not trying to nitpick because you're throwing the football here from what, the 28-yard line. This with Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is a touchdown. This is a 42-yarder to Roman Wilson. And because of injuries last season, the hype obviously died immediately around Roman Wilson. But the disrespect also grew, and it got very loud. The Roman Wilson disrespect was very, very loud. So you can see here in this clip, once we get to it, he kind of, like right there, like quite literally right there, you can see Roman right there. He kind of slows down just a little bit. But once again, you're throwing from the 27 to like the 30-yard line. So I get it, not too many, or even more, you're throwing to like the 18-yard line. I think Aaron Rodgers, people love to hate on my man Aaron Rodgers. For like the third time in this video, I apologize. Aaron Rodgers, that's my QB1, all right? I love Jordan Love. I love my Green Bay Packers, but Aaron Rodgers always will be QB1 because he's the quarterback I grew up watching. I got the tail end of Brett Favre. But anyways, this is not a Green Bay Packers video. I just am very excited to see, because Aaron Rodgers has talked so highly on Roman Wilson all through training camp, all through summer since he got signed. And this is one of those parts where, DK Metcalf's cool. The Steelers' offense is cool. But a big component, no matter who they gained or who they lost at any position, is the further development and health of Roman Wilson. This detail might seem a little minute. It might seem a little bit, kind of stupid. Because, I'll let the play go out here. That's Roman Wilson blocking. But this is what, a 2-yard gain? A 0-yard gain? Like, there's not too much here. This isn't necessarily a highlight. Looks like literally a 0-yard gain. But we're looking at Roman Wilson right here. And as we know, first off, the tweet, this is from Steelers_DB on Twitter. He's got this dog in him. And we know with these youngsters, especially at wide receiver position, if you can't block, you're not going to be playing much. And what Roman Wilson really shows in this clip right here, he just relentless. I mean, this is how you get playing time. Not that he shouldn't be getting playing time, but this is what gives you trust in the offense with your coach, with your fellow teammates, with Aaron Rodgers, with your offensive coordinator. This is exactly right here what gives you playing time in the National Football League, and I love it because it's a preseason game, and this kind of stuff just doesn't really get mentioned too much, but I absolutely loved the effort from Roman Wilson the other night. Now, folks, before we get any further, if you don't mind hitting that like button, means the absolute world to me, makes a very big deal on these videos. I appreciate all my Steelers fans watching this video. Try and get this one to 250 likes, folks. It makes the world of a difference. So let's get right back into it. All right, get right into the meat and potatoes of this. I don't know. I think people like to clown on offensive linemen in general. This is Troy Fautanu. I'm so excited to see this kid this upcoming season. And what you see here, so number 5, that's brand new acquisition for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's Haason Reddick. And what you see in these 2 clips I'm about to show you is he's just quick. He's just quick. And I really like his athleticism on this. And maybe that, that's still a good clip, but we'll show you this one right here. Number 76. Starting right tackle, Troy Fautanu, which, by the way, left tackle, Broderick Jones. We're not going to show any clips, but I do have to give some praise because he also had a very nice football game. And, Zach Frazier, like, this whole offensive line, man, they get critiqued like none other. Like, truly, it's such a young group. People love to rag on them. But if you're a Steelers fan, the hype is insane. So look at this clip. Enough yapping. Look at how quick he rebounds. Now, obviously, Mason Rudolph eventually rolls out to his left here. But look at this. This is just agile. He's doing his job. This is stuff I love to see, and I know every Steelers fans watching this love to see it as well, but we're all expecting big things from Troy Fautanu at right tackle this upcoming season, and it's just a matter of time before this guy becomes one of the best in the business. Folks, we're way too long into this video to have yet to talk about Caleb Johnson, but I did want to give some praise to Cole Holcomb because he has not really played since 2023 here, and this is Teddy Bridgewater, and you see right here, this is going to be Bucky Irving. This is Cole Holcomb. Look at how quick he attacks this. This dude was really improving before his injuries, and kind of one of these underrated players in the National Football League where unless you're a Steelers fans, maybe you don't really appreciate it in the grand scheme of the National Football League because, honestly, people really only care about starting quarterbacks, records, and fantasy football and how their player did in fantasy football. And we'll get to Caleb Johnson in just one second, but I like how quick he sniffs out this run, just gets downhill, finds the hole, and then wraps him up for this beautiful tackle. So welcome back, Cole Holcomb. So 1 week ago, Caleb Johnson right here, number 20, he got ragged on. And I always say these takes, and we're about to show you a bunch of Caleb Johnson clips, so I'll let this one play out before we get into it. It's so funny with rookies, quarterbacks, whatever it is, and look at this block. Oh my goodness gracious, beautiful. Everybody's pulling to the right. Caleb's decisive. But real quick, let me rant for a quick second here. You can't win in preseason. If you do good, you're going up against backup talent. If you do good, you're playing, it's the preseason, dude. Who cares? Relax. This kid's still a bust, whoever you're talking about. And if somebody does if somebody does bad, it's told you. I told you he was bust. Look, pull up my receipts. Pull it up. I told you this kid was a bust. The decisiveness in the next couple of clips we're about to show you from Caleb Johnson, which, by the way, he leads all running backs in preseason. I know it's a preseason statistic, but he leads all running backs in broken tackles at 7 so far in 2 preseason football games. It's not always going to be pretty, but this kid looked like a different player in this football game. The decisiveness is very, very, very exciting. All right, once again, we're pulling to the left, and look at this quick cut, dodge a defender. Everyone's pulling left. He sees a hole. He sees it right here. Just got to break one tackle, and he hits it. And like I said, we kind of get into it's not always going to be pretty. Sometimes, whether we want you to run vertically, right? I get it. Easy for me to critique here at home in my apartment on my laptop, but you know what I'm saying. It's a rookie running back in his second ever preseason football game. We want you to just continue to go downhill here. Easier said than done. There's dudes everywhere, but I loved this quick decisiveness from Caleb Johnson. And I'm so sick of people hearing bust, bust, bust. I'm not drafting him in fantasy football. I'm so sick of these people saying all people care about in the NFL, unless you're a Steelers fan, is I'm not drafting Caleb Johnson because Jalen Warren looks better. Come on, dude. No Steelers fan is upset right now with the running back room of Caleb Johnson and Jalen Warren. Folks, we'll end it here on this clip. I also do just want to say, because we're not including him in this video, maybe we'll do our own film study. It's kind of a weird week in the National Football League with cuts. But I want to talk a little bit more about this wide receiver room. But anyways, I guess it's neither here nor there. We're talking about Caleb Johnson once again, our last clip of the day. And I know it's nothing, like Caleb, like I said, here's his stat sheet, because he also caught a ball for, I believe, 9 yards. Total, 11 carries, 50 yards, including a long of 14 that we showed you in the first clip. Averaged 4.5 yards per carry. This is Skylar Thompson. I can't wait to see Will Howard please touch the field soon. But you see this, right? We're going to the left. We're pulling these guys to the left. Caleb sees a hole right here, and what does he do? He attacks it immediately. And this guy, this linebacker right here, he's ready to tackle him. Great block. And we're just going to get downfield. So I don't know, man, whether it's Derrick Harmon, Roman Wilson, Caleb Johnson, I really absolutely loved what I saw in this preseason football game. I'll never have anybody tell me it's just a preseason game, because this stuff absolutely hypes me up. But folks, that's it for me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you want more Steelers and NFL content. Let me know a player on the Steelers. If you want a specific film review, I would be happy to do it. I love talking Pittsburgh Steelers football. But folks, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you soon.